season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Mike 54. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Ready. First carry for James Conner. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Blue draw Corkers.
I got you.
On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Hey, Haywood.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Oh, watch run.
Hey, watch this.
From the gun, Miller. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And it's taken in at the 9. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Let's go
From
now.
the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Now a give right side. It's Beck. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop.
You're not ready.
Hey, let's go.
He'll look to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Down.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
At the 25-yard line.
Ready? 18, Gator.
Check, 59. Man out, man out, man out, man out.
Right on.
On second down now, it's Connor, and he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Set up. 60 outlaw.
54. Hey, watch the slant.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
5.
On 3rd and 2, Miller. Ebron's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call it?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, it's Connor, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Tight right, tight right. 4 down, check. 4 down.
Ready.
Now Miller from the gun, he'll throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
We play to win. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, exit.
Here's the 2nd and 7. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
A gain of 15. 1st down, Vikings.
Ready.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Pretty quiet. 6-6, bullet high. Shoot.
He'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. A gain of 6 there on 1st. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down.
And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
No. Off. Watch twist. Watch the twist.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Mine's 54. Let's go.
Miller following the fumble recovery. He'll throw. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Get it.
On second down now, it's Connor. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
No score after one on EA Sports.
Down. 10-2 soft.
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's third and 9.
Go. Pilot, 64, weak.
Here's Miller operating from the gun. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And that hits the crossbar and comes back, and it's no good. And by just a whisker, this remains a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Hustle 5.
They'll run on first down. It's Vaughn. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Leo.
Second and 10. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
First down, Minnesota.
Ready.
34 is the mic. You.
Protein, spam, big grip.
They go play action here on first down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Ready.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
90 Wolf. Topper.
Second and 1. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. On third down, it's Vaughn, and he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Back to throw here. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up the first down.
That's what impresses me about it. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Gerald Everett, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get into the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Back to throw. Miller. Open man. Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
X3, 218, chopper. Smoke. Let go.
Operating from the gun, Miller. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Check 43.
2nd and 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking. And now a fumble. The ball's out. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity missed.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And it's 3rd and short.
Set. 60 outlaw.
54. Here we go, D.
Yep.
All day, defense, all day. All day. Switch.
Greystone, travel. Hey, Delta. Hey!
5-4. Mike's 5-4. Let's go.
Hey, Alpha.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
2.
Miller now. From the gun, he'll throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. They'll drop the throw. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well. Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Vaughn. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready, set.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
You ready?
So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
On the ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half.
And this is caught at the 20. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 56 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10.
Ready.
On the jet sweep, here's Cooper. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
It's just me and you. Check safety, check safety.
Rock it.
On second down, it's Vaughn. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. 3rd and 15 here after the first and second down plays went in the wrong direction. They'll keep it on the ground. Vaughn. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Bravo.
59 Mike.
Now Miller on 1st down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Let's put that team on the bus.
On 1st and 10 is counted. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the backer, watch the backer.
2nd and 6. Finds his running back, James Conner. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a 1st down. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down running the ball. That also carries over to the passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him coming out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one guy most likely to bring him down. That was a nice game.
This quarterback now, 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Miller. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Maurice Hurst able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. Miller. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Try to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy.
Hey, high 7.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And it would appear he's going to be short of a 1st down as he stopped right around the 29. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. On the return is Peterson. A good return there, 17 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Let's go now.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe they'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
And the Steelers' 1st down.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4.
Steelers nothing.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Miller operating from the gun. He'll get that one complete to Connor. A gain of 4 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Go.
Looking to throw. Miller into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And they will not get a chance. Return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. One play has them up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
From the gun, here's Moon. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Here's Moon. Ebron with it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Now Moon.
Rush in.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Mike 54. Ready? Mike.
From the gun on 3rd down. Moon. This is Shepard on the catch. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Let's bring it.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Quit talking about it. Let it go.
On 4th down, Moon. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. It doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Moon. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Eric Ebron. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
For the 2-point conversion.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Check 52.
Delta. Mike 54. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now Moon. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 45 yards.
And the Vikings first down.
Ready?
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Now, the PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 70 ending.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Ball trot. Mike's 59. Mike.
On 1st and 10, Moon. He finds an opening past the 40. Ebron caught left side. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Check 59.
Out of the gun, it's Moon. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Moon. That's complete left side to Shepard. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Moon to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Set. 8, read.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Who we got?
Let go.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
The quarterback keeps it.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they take a knee.
The quarterback on the keeper.
The Vikings send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now it's Peterson. Now, a nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000.
54, right there.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week? He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 37. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but I
like where we're going with this. You say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for the Vikings, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.